We'll see what exactly is happening. All right, exit condition. Looks like we're finally up and running here on the stream. Make sure it's live on the channel now as well. Alrighty, trying to see what's going on here. For some reason it does not want to show my YouTube live. There we go. Live in ICT says it is live now. Hello sir, what's up uploader? Welcome, welcome. Let me just get this link sent out and we should be all set and ready here. What's up Tom? Welcome, welcome to the stream. Sorry guys, just needed a couple seconds to get everything sort of situated here. My apologies. Alrighty, welcome. What is up, Tom? Welcome, welcome. Just want to get the chat up here as well, and we should be all set and ready. Wonderful. All right, good. And then I'm going to get that up here as well, and we should be all set and ready. What's going on? Alrighty. Live should be good now. Alrighty, sweet. Well, welcome, welcome everybody. How are we doing? Good morning, Javier. Welcome. Good morning, Picasso. Hey, your chart is delayed. Yeah, it's a little delayed just with the stream. Oh yeah, it is delayed. Sorry, my apologies. Let me get that fixed really quick. 1 second, folks. My apologies. Let me get this fixed. 1 second. Screen captures can go away for 1 second here. Don't even worry about it, folks. We'll have this chart back in just a second here. Just want to get it all set up and ready for you guys. Just have to relog back into the trade debate. That's it. Just have to get my passcode in here. Can't let you guys. There we go. Give me 2 seconds here. We'll be all set and ready. Just need to make sure I get the login to my trade debate. So do not fear, guys. The screen is black, but we will be up and running in just a second here. Just 1 second. Alrighty. Alrighty, folks. Apologies once again here. Just trying to get everything set up. Want to make sure that we're not delayed at all for you guys. So my apologies. Just have to reclose here and reopen, and we should be up and ready in just a second here. Alrighty, so throw this in the chat here. We got a couple people in the waiting room, and then reopen the TradingView chart. Super sorry everybody about what's up? What is up, Wally? What is up? What is up? Yo, brother. Obi, what? Good morning. Just want to get everything set up here. All right, that should be set now. Now I need to go here and now connect it. Alrighty, there we go. Now we should be all up and live. Let's get the screen share up and running. And we should be good. Sweet. Alrighty, looks like we are finally up and running here. Apologies once again, everybody, for that delay. But we are all good now, it looks like. Sweet. Can we all see? How's it working for everybody? Good. What's up, Realtor? Welcome. Howdy, sir. How are we doing? Looks like we got a crack below this 4-hour demand on NASDAQ here, so quite an aggressive move lower, especially with this wedge. Nice. Move below with this breaker here as well. We formed a short signature on the T-Trades fractal. No trades for me yet. Want to see a sweep of some session low here. If we could see a sweep of London session, that'd be wonderful prior to me taking any entry, but right now not interested in any trades at the moment. So we'll just let this play out for a little bit and see what happens with market. But for the meantime, no rush at all. Instead, how are we all doing this morning? How are you? I'm doing good. Sadiq, welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's get some questions here. Wait for a setup to form. Nothing super crazy as we can tell with this TTFM. Had this nice breaker rejection on this 5-minute, but I did miss my entry trying to set up all this stream stuff. That would have been a nice short, just a breaker rejection into this London session low here. That would have been a nice short setup, but missed that, and that happens. All part of the game. Do you wait for 10 a.m. for our open, right? Because market is giving fractal from both sides. I don't wait specifically for 10 a.m. If I don't see a setup form within 6 to 7, or 6 to 7, 9 to 10 o'clock, then I will wait for a 10 a.m. candle. Does SMT make a setup high? What exactly do you mean by that? What do you mean by, does SMT make a setup high? As in high conviction? Does SMT make a probability? SMT definitely is a layer of confluence. It's not the only one I use, but it definitely is a layer that I do enjoy using when I'm taking trades. Absolutely. SMT can really help with conviction on trades. It sort of treat it as a layer of confluence to help you when you are entering. Thanks. Yeah, of course. Welcome, everybody. Yeah, so right now, no setup formed for me. Just kind of waiting to see what NASDAQ and ES do here. So currently, no entry position for me. Haven't gotten any print with my model. I don't qualify a trade without SMT. Yep, SMT is a very good layer of confluence when you are entering those trades. I wouldn't use it as your only layer of confluence, though. That's the mistake a lot of people make, is they think that SMT is their only layer of conviction when taking some trade setup, and I'm telling you right now, it is absolutely not. It's important that when you're looking at those trades that you're using more than just SMT. So right here, that short position off of that breaker form, we also had a 1 minute fractal that had formed with that C2 into that breaker. But once again, I'd missed that setup as I was setting up stream. So no trade for me yet, but just waiting for it to play out. I'm watching for this London low to get swept, and it's looking like that's exactly what's going to happen here on this 5 minute or on this 1 minute. So just kind of waiting it out, playing it patient, guys. It's the most important thing to do. Missed that setup. But yeah, fractal did print a long signature. Not a fan. We had a failed C2, so I would have not taken any long position on that. And so yeah, this 3 minute was invalidated for that setup. The short position off of this London session was a decent setup as well, but nothing super crazy yet. This 1 minute's the only thing giving me a slightly higher conviction with the C2 into this breaker, followed by a rejection off this breaker, and I'm assuming probably SMTs at the high with ES. I don't know why, yeah, I have to keep logging in. Those charts are being delayed. It's being a little weird right now. Apologies, everybody. So yeah, there we go. There's a sweep of that London low. That's a sweep of that London low there. That's exactly what I was looking for here. Let's see what we're looking like on the hourly and the 4 hour. 4 hour proven to be very bearish here as well. We had a reject below this 4 hour demand with a closure, a bearish closure below that, as well as our trend line. Retested that trend line, having a 4 hour rejection lower. So anticipating maybe some potential continuation, but for the moment, nothing too much. I think 10 a.m. will continue. Yeah, it's looking like we might have 10 a.m. continuation lower. Definitely is looking like we'll see 10 a.m. continuation lower. Yeah, 10 a.m. is looking to be the most promising when it comes to that continuation, especially because that 4 hour printed a very bearish signature. So at this point, it's just kind of playing patient right now and seeing what exactly we see happen. Yeah, so for right now, this fractal printed a T-spot for some re-entry adds into shorts. So 648 or 948 for most of the EST folks, looking like we are going to get some type of continuation lower. We are actually rejecting off of the T-spot now. If we get a closure confirmation above this T-spot, we can assume that market is going to invalidate this short setup, or at least this re-add for shorts. So once again, just want to play patient here. I really actually did enjoy this C2 off this breaker rejection on the 5 minute. This was a 5 minute breaker that had formed. Was a really big fan of that, but honestly did miss that setup, which is part of the game. So just have to kind of wait for another one to form here. Open on these 1 minutes here. Yeah, it looks like we did see 930, 931. Yep, as anticipated, looks like we did see SMT at 930, 931, SMT at the highs as well. So another very good layer of confluence for this short setup that had formed on the 1 minute here. 930, 931. We see we had some SMT at those 1 minute highs here between NASDAQ and ES, which did validate the short setup. Then we had a C2 print signature. 2? What do you mean by 2? See if we get a 1 minute closure above here. Oh, sorry, 931, 932. My apologies. My apologies. I put 930, 931. Well, yeah, 930 and 931, but we could also do 930, 932 SMT. Oh, okay. I was wondering. No worries at all. I'm just going to put that. There we go. We're getting a rejection off of this T-spot here. I'm just going to actually write in these SMTs still. Rejection off this T-spot, looking for some potential re-adds and a continuation lower here. Just want to play it very patient. How are we all doing though? Excited for a new week of trading? I'm going to ask the chat now, what are your guys' number one rules when it comes to trading for this week? What do you want to really ensure that you're going to follow when it comes to this week of trading? Is there anything in specific that you're like, hey, I really need to hash in this type of trading because I'm tired of making this mistake, etc., etc.? What does that look like for you guys? Let's get a couple chat responses here. Looking like we're going to be retapping London lows and New York lows here. 10 a.m. continuation looks to be the most promising. Not getting any bullish signature right now on any time frame. So looking like we might get some validation. Only trade what's in your checklist. Wonderful. And are you going to be sticking with that uploader or no? Gotta really make sure we're sticking with this. There we go. Looks like we're gonna get a retest here of these London lows. T-spot printed a beautiful riad for that continuation lower here. So nice little leg, expecting to see 18,048. Yes, I will. Wonderful. Fantastic. I'm happy to hear it. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Overcoming FOMO. And DT, how are you going to be overcoming FOMO? What's in the books for you to overcome FOMO? How will you overcome it? Day Trading Realtor, hope all is well with you too. Zinc, what is up? Good morning to you. Good morning. Wait for setup. Follow the checklist, wait for the setup. That's what I tell everybody. Always wait for the setup. Wait for the setup to form. It's going to always do you the best. Try not to rush into entries. Rushing into entries is typically what fries most people when it comes to trading. If you just rush into entries, but here's the thing is if you have too many things in your checklist, you're never going to actually pull the trigger for trades. But make sure you have a checklist that actually is a feasible one and you're not looking for every single miniature micro macro move to form, because then you actually might see a problem with trying to enter trades. Just a little side note there. Here we're looking like we're about to retest these London lows here. So just kind of waiting for this trade setup here. It looks like we are going to get a 10 a.m. continuation off of this 1 minute C2 on this fractal. So pretty good short setup actually. Very good short setup with a nice riad with this T-spot. Sad I missed my entry at these this breaker block rejection. We had this 5 minute closure, or we had this 1 minute closure below this C2 swing. Also, we had that confirmation of this rejection of that breaker and SMTs at the high. So to me, this is absolutely an A+ setup that it formed. Just sadly could not get the entry, and that's part of the game. You know, not always going to be able to take every entry I want, but when I can, I'm going to try my best to take it. So just happy that my capital is protected right now. I'm not forcing any entries in any trades, and just got to move on from there. There we go. That's a recap of those London lows here, creating a new low for that London and New York session. See if we get any 10 a.m. continuation now. Looks like we are sweeping some more liquidity at these lows. But pretty solid. Pretty solid. Nice short setup on that 1 minute. I am a big fan of this. Nice. So once again, just watching to see if we get any bullish confirmation at these newer lows. Typically when I like to trade the fractal, I like to see a sweep of some type of session liquidity. So here on the 1 minute, what did we see? We saw a sweep of this London low, not once, not twice, and created a third low now. So what I'm looking for is to either see some type of continuation signature at this 10 a.m. print, or I will be anticipating some type of bullish reversal signature, like a change in state of delivery paired with some type of higher time frame alignment. But for the most part, based on what I'm seeing with this 4 hour and this 1 hour, I do have a very bearish bias going into today. And the reason being, once again, is we had a closure and a rejection below both this trend and this 4 hour demand that had formed on NASDAQ. And we also retested this trend and are about to have a 4 hour very bearish closure. So what I'll be anticipating here with this candlestick is to see equilibrium be respected on this candle. So I'm actually just going to draw this out for you guys. I just have it with this rectangle, but I'm expecting to see this equilibrium be respected with a wick and then a rejection lower. But what we might see at 10 a.m. is a bit of a reversal signature, or not a reversal, we might see a retracement towards this candle equilibrium prior to its next leg lower. So that's at least what my anticipation is for this trade. See what happens here. Nice 1 minute closures. We're getting some very good bearish 1 minute closures here. So yes, going into today, I definitely do have a bearish bias, just as an FYI for everybody. I have a very bearish bias going into today with this 4 hour. So we want to see this equilibrium get respected, but this 1 minute is giving me 1 minute, 3 minute, and 5 minute are giving me no sign of any reversal signature, which means a 10 a.m. continuation is what is most likely going to be inbound. So 53 to 464. How do you trade continuation models and such discounts? It's been one of my weaknesses. Yeah, I typically like to look for breakers or some type of, I mean, that's why I don't trade. If we're down heavy in a move, then I don't like to, but candle equilibriums are something that I like to trade. So if you see the 50% of a candle get respected and then you see a signature print to the bias that you have, like if we respect this candle's equilibrium and then print another bearish signature while rejecting off that equilibrium, that gives me high confidence for continuation. Is easy for real then a reversal? Yeah. I'm waiting on Sisti, then going WG. Already got my profit target today though. Nice sync. Good work. Good work. Yeah, it looks like this minus 4.5 is actually going to print here. What a beautiful setup. Wow. What a beautiful short signature here. Incredible short signature off of this here, and this 1 minute as well. 1 minute in this break, we had a double short. We had a short print on the 5 minute, and then a continuation off that 5 minute, off this 5 minute breaker on the 1 minute. I do really like to trade continuations. Oh, absolutely. Continuations are peak. Wow, what a 4 hour candle, folks. Look at this. Minus 4 standard deviation hit, looking for minus 4.5 now. Insane. We are definitely getting this continuation leg. Looks like 10 a.m. is actually going to print with a continuation signature as well. Here we see the short setup formed on ES. ES actually formed a very nice 5 minute short as well. Both forming a nice C2 paired with an SMT on that 1 minute high. So this is a really, really good quality. That was a very, very good quality short. Sadly, setting up stream had me miss my entry, but that is all good, folks. Once again, just wanna sit behind now and let this next trade setup come to us. Alrighty, there's that new hourly candle open off this 5 minute. Here we printed yet again another change in state on this 5 minute, which should finally print it out with the T, which is what I would have anticipated. We had that 1 minute and that 5 minute setup. So with this 5 minute closure, this short also gave us another really, really good short signature lower. So I want to see what happens here. This 5 minutes not giving me any bullish signature yet. So I want to see some type of smaller and higher time frame reversal signature. T-spot's actually reprinting yet again another re-add zone for this, which is giving me confidence in a potential 10 a.m. Yet again another 10 a.m. continuation lower. We will see though. But yeah, ES and IQ here we see are just absolutely going rippy mode lower. Shredding. Lower and lower and lower. That's that 10 a.m. open. As always, guys, I really like to mark out these 10 a.m.s. 10 a.m. Let's go top right with these 10 a.m. opens. I know the T model does it as well, but I just like to have it on my chart as well here. Top right with that 10 a.m. So now we have those 10 a.m. prints on our chart. Want to see what happens, but for right now, no signature has been formed. Mr. Reversal, oh yeah. Zinc is in one long here. Very nice, very nice. I am currently not. There we go. Minus 2.5 hit on this short. So if you'd entered with this closure below, you could have put a stop at that C2 high, or the start of that change in state right here, giving you a 51-point stop, and then targeting a 2-to-1 risk reward. So 2-to-1 is actually about a hit on this short setup on the 5-minute here. Just a little lower than that minus 2.5 standard deviation, but this is a very solid short, very, very solid short setup. And I like it as well because we had a 5-minute, a 3-minute, and a 1-minute print with this fractal, but mostly the 5-minute and the 1-minute are the best ones with this C2. Gave the most confidence with this trade setup, and if you'd entered on the 1-minute, you actually would have had a much earlier entry than this 5-minute confirmation. And that 1-minute did give me enough confidence for a short position just because we did have SMT form at the highs paired with a change in state of delivery, a bearish signature, and also we had a rejection off of this 5-minute breaker that had formed. So in my eyes, this is what I consider a very high quality setup, hence why I am very, very happy about it. Yeah, if you haven't already, make sure to like the stream, everybody. Helps out the channel quite a bit. If you guys enjoy my explanation through what I'm trading, would be very, very nice for all of you to just give this stream a little like and show some support. Mr. Reversal. Got the nice like button. There we go. Looks like this 2-to-1's actually just about a hit here. Guaranteed by the end of this 5-minute. 5-minute looks primed to fix out this 2-to-1, and if not, then it'll be the next 5-minute. Reversal Roger over here. Oh yeah, baby. Appreciate the love, Mr. Uploader. Appreciate it, appreciate it. What a beautiful short setup. Happy to hear it, Obi. I mean, this execution explanation was top tier. I mean, this is an A+ trade. A+ trade. Doesn't even utilize the C2U model. This is purely just fractal with a breaker rejection rather than a closure below a breaker. 17,777. Let's check it out. First 17,918 for this first session low here, and then 17,777. Have to look here, but I'm looking for base of this trend here around 17,918 looks like. Five-minute has not quite hit that 2-to-1, but boy is it close. Did I hear CTU, lol? Dude, Realtor, this printed such a beautiful setup though on this short, this 5-minute and this 1-minute print. SMT on those 1-minute highs, change in state of delivery, rejection off of this breaker, and bearish closure confirmation below that change in state. Absolute beauty. I was in short position after that 935 Sisti. Bless. Good shit, Wale. Good fucking shit. Rixie, what is up, Rixie? Good seeing you. Good seeing you. Love to see the familiar faces coming back to the streams here. Love it, love it, love it. What a short setup. Looks like that 2-to-1's going to hit. Come on now. Will the 2-to-1 hit, folks? Will it hit? We had that 10 a.m. open here. So far looking like 10 a.m. continuation. Have not seen any retracement even on this 10 a.m. for this new 4-hour open. It had double CTUs. Yep. It did indeed. Beauty, beauty, beauty. Yeah, so once again, just to give you guys more why I'm very bearish bias for today is we actually did have quite the 4-hour candle mixture. Yeah, tuned in too late, had some stuff to do. Hope you are good. No worries. Doing great. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'll be live quite a few times this week, so if you miss it this time, you'll catch it next time, I'm sure. So once again, just to reiterate, we had this 4-hour demand that had printed on NASDAQ here. Quite a few different rejections within these wicks. Just was kind of anticipating another rejection on this 4-hour open. Instead, we got a closure below this 4-hour demand as well as the base of this trend. We had this 6 o'clock 4-hour that had broken, retested this trend, followed by another bearish closure on this 4-hour, which is now giving me the confidence for another 10 a.m. continuation lower. The only thing I could see the 10 a.m. candle doing is we see a retracement to this candle equilibrium, respect this candle equilibrium, and then we see another continuation lower, a continuation leg lower into like 17,919 and potentially even lower towards some higher time frame liquidity. So it's kind of what my bias was at going into today's market, especially with that 6 a.m. candle print that had rejected off of this trend here from the 4 hour. So quite honestly, quite a beautiful setup here. Quite the beautiful short. What do you teach? Is it basically a push? So Pedro, I actually do primarily options. I do options, but I do option swings, and then looks like the 2-to-1 hit on that short setup. Bang. What do you? Yeah, so I teach a lot about options and option swinging. The main ways I make income is I do intraday options, like I'm doing now, or intraday futures. And then I swing option positions. I do weekly, monthly, bi-monthly, and yearly expiration option contracts, which is what Zinc and I are actually teaching. Zinc does more of the option education, and I'm doing a lot more of both the futures, mix between both futures and options. If you guys haven't already, feel free to hit the like button on the stream. Shows me all the support. Gotta get all the love. Give me all the love. So yeah, Pedro, that's kind of what it covers. Wow, what a beautiful 2-to-1. Looks like we might even see this -4, -4.5, which would be a wicked 3-to-1. Oh, baby, that is cash money. That is straight cash money, folks. This was a great setup. Very pleased with the short. Very, very pleased with the short. Oh yeah, there we go, Realtor. That is the way to do it. That is the way to do it. I've been really enjoying weekly and bi-weekly swings on my options. Also, guys, tip and trick for some trading success once again. Had missed the original entry. Crazy. Had missed that original 60 entry, but grabbed on that Riyadh zone. Crazy like a Fox 101. I like that name. That's hype. I'm a big fan of that username. Crazy like a Fox 101. I want to know the inspiration behind that. Guys, quick piece of advice to everybody in the chat. If you guys do want to be a successful trader, stay hydrated in the mornings. That's if I was to get you ever play end of day lotto pins on SPX, Realtor, that was like the old retired version of myself. But yeah, I sometimes I'll do lotto Fridays, Realtor, where I'll take some SPX trades. It's not often that it happens. I'm a little retired from my SPX 0DT days, but yes, I have had my fair share of fun with some end-of-day lotto pins on SPX. Oh, gosh. Looks like we're getting a nice 5-minute formation here. First 30 seconds of this open, looks like we might try and retap this 10 a.m. open. Don't drink water, white monster. Yeah, 1000%. Guys, I'm going to be so honest, though. Drink some water in the morning. Drink some water before coffee. Drink some water before a coffee, before your white monster that's going to probably do something to your system. Let's go. Yeah. Pretty exciting day here. Look at this. No, only white monster. All right, guys. You guys could follow Wally's advice as well. I give myself a 1 lotto pin a week budget. That's fair. See that? I like that thinking. I know too many people that day trade with more than 30% of their capital on 0DT SPX, and not even end-of-day lottos. I'm talking like 6:30 when markets are just going batshit, right as that 9:30 open. First 2 times I attempted it back in the day, I pinned on the number. Oof, nice. Good morning, Leo. Are you in a trade? Untold, these shorts were just taken for 2-to-1 here, just waiting to see if we get a 10 a.m. reversal signature or retracement into this 10 a.m. equilibrium, or into this 4-hour equilibrium. Yeah, it's looking like it right now. If we see an engulfment of this 5-minute, I'm anticipating a retest of this 10 a.m. open, and then that's going to decide where market goes next. 4-hour data low, definitely not a bad idea here. Yeah, realtor, still in my 1MNQ. Nice, Zinc. Nice. Looks like we might get a potential retrace here. Bro is committed. Zinc, dude, when Zinc has a bias, Zinc is on that bias. I don't think you guys realize. When Zinc is determined a bias, dude, he is going to stick with that bias. Nice little. Yeah, let's get a nice. I gotta get my my beautiful Figma setup here with this 5-minute setup. Let's get this change in state of delivery here. That forms the right candle. Trying to get this Figma analysis. Mr. Zinc, when Mr. Iron walks in, I'm in it for the 10 a.m. reversal, going for a sissy. Then, yeah, I mean that's completely fair. Let's see if we get an engulfment closure of this 5-minute. It could be a first sign of a reversal signature. And Q 1 minute SMT and SISD. Honestly, not surprised. I mean, we formed a C2 here, so. One minute, not too bad here. Get a retracement. Just no trades. No. I'm not trading this bullish candle yet. I'm already at my profit for the funded today, so it's just a light comp for me. Sweet. Nice. Just a light position. We'll take that. Nice little light. What are you risking on that? What's your RR on that, Zinc? $5R. Whew. That hits. That is a freaking beauty, baby. That is a freaking beauty. Turn off these sessions and this looks. I'll go here. Just want to see. It looks like, wow. Got that retrace, and we are getting yet again a bearish signature. Market is doing its thing. $18,120. That's fair. I could see that. I just still haven't seen anything that's giving me a signature for a potential bullish move. If this 5-minute closure gets an engulfment, we could see a first sign of a potential, but no change in state. We did form C2 at the lows, and no SMT though, but we'll see. That was a nice 5-minute closure here though, so I will take that. Let me actually edit this to be on the top center. Kind of nice, guys. Just short played out for that 2-to-1 here. Still getting a continuation, it looks like. Small for SMT. What we look like for Dow Jones. I've not looked at YM, to be so real. I hate to say it, guys. I barely look at YM. I think I bet everything is up. My Bitcoin longs are cooking to go check her out. Ooh, sweet. I'm waiting for more confluence on the reversal back to equilibrium in this range. Yeah. Want to see this EQ. I mean, this 5-minute is now printing yet again another very bearish leg lower. So once again, 10 a.m. continuation was the goal with this 4-hour, and it's looking like that 10 a.m. continuation is going to be the case. Sticking with my bias because I had high confidence in this trade, so that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm letting this high confidence play out now. Yeah, This position actually was a very, very good entry, so we will take this any day. Nice. So happy, sold 140. Yeah, this lame ass name. My God, I thought I was going to run a YT animation channel like a year ago. Untold. Hey, I mean, I like it. I like it. Risk management for prop. If you're doing a prop firm, guys, you should honestly, it depends on what you're trading. If you're trading micros or minis, your max loss per day should be 300 and no more than 600 if you're doing prop firm. And you should be shooting for a 2-to-1. Just hopped on. I took a look at the same style, but I caught the C3 candle. Nice, Dion. Nice, good continuation on that. Good work, Dion. We'll take that. A win is a win. A win is a win. That is still beauty in my eyes. Nice 5-minute signature here. We will take this, baby. Let's get this. Do you trade prop or live? Pedro, I do both. I have a live account. The trade I took, the shorts I took this morning was on a copy trader, both with Apex and Top Step. 5 Top Step funded accounts, and then 10 Apex fundeds. I honestly prefer trading personal, but prop is really nice just because of the amount of capital you're able to mess around with, considering how, I mean, literally how little you need to be using as well. So I am a fan. This was a nice setup, guys. I think we can agree this was a beautiful, beautiful trade setup. I'm very, very happy. Very, very happy with this trade here. Extremely happy. Let's get this 4-hour marked out here now, and then get my drawings back. Hop back on that 5-minute. Big fan. A win is a win, guys. That was a win in my eyes. What is up, Bray? What is freaking up, Bray? Those of you that don't know, Bray is the freaking boy, guys. If you haven't already, Zinc and Bray, go check him out. Bray is an absolute unit of a futures trader. If you haven't already checked him out, feel free to do so. Yeah, guys, beautiful short setup from this morning. 2-to-1 played out. We had that once again for those of you just hopping on the live. A little recap here. Why did we take this short position? We had a nice, first of all, 1-minute entry earlier. Missed that 1-minute entry trying to set up that stream. So this 5-minute was that anticipated entry. So what exactly did we see? Well, we saw a 5-minute rejection off of this breaker block. We also had SMT at those 1-minute highs between that C2 on NASDAQ and ES. We saw a 5-minute bearish closure below this change in state of delivery with a retest of it, and yet again another bearish signature lower. Rejection off that breaker, SMT, SIST, confirmation of that SIST into this 2-to-1. So this is typically what I like to trade, and a lot of you that were on the live right as I had started knew that I was targeting those London lows with a 10 a.m. continuation based off of what I saw. So yeah, I grabbed the continuation, Zoro. What is up, Ray? Yeah, so I missed that original 1-minute entry with those SMT and that 1-minute change in state that formed within this breaker, but that 5-minute entry was indeed taken, correct. I just missed the early entry signature from that 1-minute, but the rest did play out. So yeah, this right here was absolute A+. Looks like this 10 a.m. continuation is in the books, guys. 10 a.m. continuation is in the books. We are forming new London and New York lows here, just getting that continuation leg lower. All these bullish candlesticks right now are just giving me a sign of potential smaller retracements, as we have not even tried to retest this equilibrium from that 4 hour yet. So very much so bear sided right now. Bear bias, bear bias is very heavy for me. Yes, I am using TradingView. You might have the 15-minute delay on your TradingView chart for futures. That's probably what's happening if you feel like your chart is delayed there, boss. Yeah, once again, more continuation. Actually, I should probably do the 4 hour. That might be the case. Yeah, check your time. Like when you see down here how it says 10:25, 10:15, 10:05, you might be at 10:20, you might be at that 10:05. You need to buy data or connect a live trading account. If you connect a live trading account that comes with live data, then TradingView will automatically add it. Hey guys, we will take that. Almost this 3-to-1, almost paid out here now. Jesus. What a freaking morning. Happy freaking Monday, guys. Happy Monday. I'm amped. I'm so amped right now. Vibes are high, guys. That was a fantastic trade. If I connect XFA, that works. Yeah, if it does have TradingView compatibility, correct. Let's just hit once again a little deletion here, and then a little bit more drawing. See what we can get. We want that EQ to be respected. So I'm just gonna get this template here, put in this EQ. 4 hour EQ with this demand. I'm just doing a couple price callouts here. I'm just getting this whole thing set up here for the little Twitter recap, guys. We're doing this live on YouTube. That 4 hour EQ was respected. We had a closure below this 4 hour. Alrighty. Now go on Figma, hit up this, Command V, crop. How are we all doing though? Who ended up taking those short positions on S&P? Let's see a couple chats here, see who actually ended up taking the trade, hey? Now we're just going to Command Z all this, get my original drawings back, and head back to that 5 minute. So right now, still not getting any reversal signature. We just printed a pretty indecisive 5 minute candle. Plus, we are now getting a small bullish signature, but still nothing here. Nothing forming within the fractal. We are still within these sessions, just creating these new London session lows and highs. But for right now, guys, looks like we are still very much so having this 10 AM continuation lower. If you guys haven't already, by the way, we have 48 of us. Feel free to hit the like button on this stream. Helps me out a ton, especially if you guys like the education, the live recaps, etc., etc. It does help me out a ton. Also, we are 4 subscribers away from my yearly goal of 500 subscribers. So if you haven't already, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. Helps me out a bunch. We are 4 away from 500. Would mean so much to me if you guys would hit me with that little subscription. Check out the videos on the channel. You guys enjoy all this content, and if not, no worries. I won't take it personally. We all have our different ways to like trading, etc. So not gonna judge. Maybe a little, but kidding. Yeah, we took 2 minis on that short. That was straight cash, guys. That was a beauty of a day. Yeah, so if you haven't already, feel free to hit the like button and that subscribe button. Helps me out a ton. Let's see what we're at right now. We're at 490. Oh, we actually lost a subscriber. 495 now. So I think saying that actually scared somebody in the chat. So no worries. Apologies if I scared you once again. Was not my intention. What's up, Asma? Basma, that's a sweet name. I like that. Yeah, looks like we ended up we did scare somebody here. Yeah, guys. So that short position worked out absolutely beautifully. Honestly, cannot complain. I think that was cash money. I couldn't have honestly formed any better. I think that was A+ setup in my books. In my eyes, that was A+. What trades have you guys taken today? Anybody take this live trade with me? Tomorrow live? Jose, I'm going to think about it. Can you tell which is the best stop loss placement? Based on my model, Arun? If it's based off of the fractal, the model that I'm using? Jose, I'm going to think about it. I think I'm going to do a live for the premium tomorrow, and then I'll be back on YouTube live on Wednesday. If we hit 500 subs, then I'll hit a YouTube live tomorrow. Stoic Jack, yes, I just didn't take the original 1 minute entry within that breaker, but I did take this 5 minute confirmation entry. Do you have a video explaining your model? AMCO, I actually am just utilizing the T-Trades fractal model. I have a bunch of YouTube videos that recaps kind of what trades I take, how I take my entry, how I align it with higher time frame. But if you want to know the original source, it's all credit to T-Trades. My videos just go in depth with my entries, my exits, etc. Very similar to what T does, but I actually just have live trading examples for what I actually took. I'm also going to be releasing videos on trades that didn't work out within the setup. You know, trade entries I took that ended up getting me stopped out and why. So that's another thing. But yeah, Arun, if we're talking about the fractal, typically when you look for stop periods, you want to take the top of the change in state of delivery movement. So here we form this 2 candle bullish up closure here into this breaker block. So my stop loss placement, once we get a closure below this change in state, which was this 5 minute, we'll say I take my entry here, which is when the entry was taken. My stop loss would be at the top. You can either do the top of the wick as your change in state, so the top of the wick here, but I actually just prefer the candle body. And I use the top of the change in state, the top or the bottom, depending on if it's a bullish or bearish move, and I utilize that instead as my stop period. So yeah, that's typically where I like to place my stops. That's typically what I heard loud and clear. Yeah. And then 10 a.m. right now, we're actually getting some pretty slow PA after this 10 a.m. Kind of surprising, was anticipating more of an aggressive move on the 10 a.m. considering it's Monday, but I guess we do have some news data this week, so not super surprised. I guess, yeah, basically no news this week. Literally nothing crazy this week in terms of economic. Existing home sales and durable goods, but that's like mid-impact news. So nothing super crazy. Quite a few earnings here. Wow, insane. Capital City Bank Group, absolutely cooking here, plus 33%. Insane. What's more important for you when you hop on the charts, the 4-hour or daily charts, time frame, or bias for the session? For you when you hop on the charts, the 4-hour daily chart. Pedro, honestly, I'll use both. I prefer using 4-hour bias. 4-hour bias works the same. I'm in disbelief. I've been cooking with 10-minute delay. I'm going to go off your chart today. The Discord I'm in quite helped me though. Nice, creepy. Happy to hear it. Yeah, Pedro, I prefer using 4-hour bias. I think 4-hour bias compared with my 5-minute and 3-minute entry works best. Daily is really nice though. Like, you can't go wrong. If you can find a bias in the 4-hour, you can find a bias in the daily. If you find a bias on the daily, you can find a bias in the 4-hour. So they go pretty hand in hand. I'll typically start off with daily analysis and then go into a 4-hour bias. Nice, creepy. Yeah, that's probably a good idea to do that. Yeah, Pedro, that's typically what I like to do, is I like to use those 5 minutes. That 4-hour as my bias is one of my favorite areas. Let me know if that answered your question. My biggest issue with the fractal model is finding my bias. Hey, I'm going to be releasing some videos on finding bias, so stay tuned for that. But just while we're on live stream, the most important thing is just to try and see where the candles want to go, right? When you're finding bias, try not to use... I think the mistake a lot of people make when they're trying to find bias is they become too worried about market playing both sides, and so they actually stay unbiased when they're trying to find a bias. An example like with today, Pedro, I'll give my analysis from today, right? Where did my bias lie and why was my bias bullish? Well, we formed this 4-hour demand on NASDAQ, right? NASDAQ and ES. What happened next? When we had this Sunday open at 6 o'clock, what did we see happen next? Sunday open, we saw retest, rejection off 4-hour demand, bearish closure into this demand, bearish closure below this 4-hour demand, and this 4-hour trend that had formed, right? So this is a first really good bearish signature. Now, when I see this 4-hour candle, typically if you want to see a continuation, you want to ensure that the candle wick respects the 50% equilibrium of the previous candle. And here, if I just take this, and I'm just going to draw this out for you, right? Here, I'm going to draw out this equilibrium. This line here is that candle's 50% equilibrium. What did we see happen with this 4-hour, right? This 4-hour retraced, let me turn off the sessions indicator. This 4-hour retraced into this equilibrium and ended up getting a closure on the hourly back below. And so here, what we see now is this bias is we've respected this previous bearish candle with a run and the same print, right? A bearish print and another bearish print signature, which gives me confirmation for a continuation lower. Now what happens? The 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. candle continued lower and lower, and so now with this 10 a.m., unless we break above this 50% equilibrium of this previous candle, this 10 a.m. can now anticipate a continuation leg lower, which is exactly what we're having happen now. So I base my bias a lot off of what I see from the charts and previous, right? 4-hour demand, closure below trend, respecting equilibrium, printing the reversal signature or a continuation signature. And in this case, it printed a continuation signature as it had respected that 4-hour equilibrium. Let me know if that makes sense. I know that was a bit of a quick explanation, but I'll have some videos that'll be explaining that a little more. Here we go. Once again, getting a nice pull here with this 10 a.m. Looks like we might actually retest into this 10 a.m. Here we go. You make it look easy. Pedro, I'll make a video. I'll make a more in-depth video on finding higher time frame bias. I'll make a video for you. I'll make a video for people, but also make a video for you, boss. Here we are. Looks like this 1 minute we are getting a nice bullish leg up here. Thanks for explaining. Yeah, absolutely. No problem. Anytime, boss. Anytime at all. Riyadh zone ended up getting invalidated here with this closure above this Riyadh. So looking like we actually might see a potential 10 a.m. reversal. And if not a 10 a.m. reversal, we might see a retracement back into this 10 a.m. open. I missed the whole stream. Giver me silver. No worries. Happens, boss. No sweat at all. You are all good. There will be plenty more of them. 496. We were 4 off of 500. Oh my god, I'm getting teased. SMT? Correct. Correct. We did see SMT. There is SMT currently. There is SMT at the lows, which is giving us some good confirmation here. Mark out this SMT. Nice SMT at these lows as well on this 3 minute. This 3 minute candle body closure above here would be the C2, which would give us validation. So we'll see if we get a candle body closure above this change in state. Paired with the SMT at these lows, I'll actually start removing my previous trade setup to make it easier for you guys as well. So here's what's happening. We're forming SMT at these 3 minute lows here. We are now seeing this bullish confirmation. C2 is formed here with this new low at this period. So if we see a 3 minute closure above this change in state, this could actually print an entry model into this 10 a.m. Seeing a nice bearish leg here. Here we go. See if we get this closure here, and that's going to give us a potential long entry signature. And make that 2 trades to end off the stream here. This will be my last trade, and I'm going to end off the stream. Thank you, Bray. Thanks for tuning in, Bray. Really appreciate it, boss. You have a good one too. I will see you, boss man. Have a splendid day yourself, sir. So if you wanted to, we could do the candle, which would make a 67-point stop, targeting a 2-to-1 here. Right. This could be a potential long entry signature. Got a closure above that with those SMT at those lows in the 3-minute. Thanks for tuning in, Bray. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Why not using the series of candles that created the SMT at your change in state of delivery? Because that's not what created the C2, right? We want to look for a new low that was created. You could technically use this 2 candle down closure as a change in state as well. Could have taken an earlier entry, but I prefer to take a change in state when a new low is formed within trend, like a lower high, lower low, and this is our lower low, right? And so this lower low is the one that formed the original change in state. Bray, you have a good one, boss. Thanks again for tuning in. I really appreciate it. You are a G. There we go. Retesting this change in state here. Right, I've not taken any entry, by the way. I'm already 1 trade and done for the day, so already hit my daily profit goal here, but now just on stream kind of breaking through the trade process for you guys. Wow. We are, how close are we? Guys, we are 4 subs off of 500. What a fucking win. We will take that. So here we're seeing a retest of this change in state. But I don't know, don't really feel the need to take this trade. I just wanted to explain it on stream, at least with you guys here. We already took this really good short setup that had formed on this 5 minutes, so don't want to take any other trades for today. Really just already hit that daily profit goal, just posted the recap to the Twitter as well, so feel free to stay tuned to that. And yeah, honestly, there's no reason to be, once I hit my daily profit goal, I'm not interested in taking another one, because that falls outside of my risk management model. For those of you that are new to the stream, typically, if I hit my first trade of the day, I just close the charts and call it. Like I'm currently locked out on the personal and all the fundeds just because that trade had already played out. There's no reason for me to need to force any entry on another trade, even if an A+ setup forms, just because if my daily profit goal was hit, it was hit. And I actually broke that daily profit goal by just over $300. So no reason for me to take that trade. So that being said here, the only thing I was interested in here was this SMT at those lows between ES and NQ. And now we're seeing, ES is showing a lot more relative weakness here than NASDAQ currently, but now I just want to see if we can get a closure back above this change in state and then see a continuation into this 2-to-1 risk to reward. But for right now, not taking this trade. And I think I'm just going to end the stream here, guys. Had a very successful short position that had played out, and we'll catch you guys with some other lives. Feel free to stay tuned on those. If you haven't already, feel free to hit that subscribe button. Hey, thanks for the stream. Of course, guys. Of course. Glad you guys enjoyed it. Let me just see in the chat. Are we all liking these live streams? Do we like these? Give me a thumbs up. Give me a heart on the chat. Let me know. Thanks, man. You're goated. Yeah, absolutely. We'll make sure I get some videos out. I have a video releasing tomorrow, I believe, on a trade recap I'd taken on the YouTube live on Wednesday. So stay tuned for that, guys. Valdir, yeah, bro. Yes, definitely. Smile. Lots of sauce. Happy to hear it. Yes, sir. Thanks, man. You're good. Yes, sir. Have a good day, Leia. Appreciate it. Thank you all so much. Yeah, I'm going to end the stream here. Only thing I'm watching is some potential longs, but I have hit my daily take profit. So locked out of the accounts. No reason for me to force any other trades just because, once again, if you're forcing these trade setups, you're clearly not following your risk management model. So going to be posting some more educational content, so do not worry. But if you guys did enjoy the stream and haven't already, feel free to hit the like button on it, as well as hit that subscribe button. We are 4 away from 500. And I'll catch you all in the next live trading stream. Hope you all enjoyed that short setup and sort of my educational process explaining each of these trade entries prior to me entering. And if you haven't already, just feel free once again to subscribe and like for more content like this. But other than that, guys, we'll see each and every single one of you cuties next stream. Let's have an absolute killer day. Once again, if you haven't taken a trade yet, Sit on your hands until that A plus trade setup forms. Don't scalp just because you want to. Scalp because the setup forms, or trade because the setup forms. Yeah, guys. Alrighty, we'll catch you all in the next stream. You guys have a splendid rest of your Mondays, and you all have a wonderful Monday, rest of your week, and I'll catch you all potentially tomorrow. If we hit 500 subs on YouTube today, I'll catch you all tomorrow for YouTube Live. If not, then I'll see you all Wednesday at 9:30 a.m. EST. See you all tomorrow, or see you all soon, and I'll catch you all in the next stream. Bye now.